We're Megan and Matt, and we're on a journey to travel 1 million miles. In this video, we are taking the van across the Canadian border for the very first time. Unfortunately, we run into some trouble.
I think they're gonna interrogate us.
We've been waiting at least for 15 minutes now. If you're new here, welcome to our channel and subscribe to follow our 1 million mile journey. This video begins in Montana, 2.5 hours from the border. We've never gone international with the van before, and this is both of our first time in Canada, the Great White North. We just finished an epic trip from the Grand Tetons to Glacier National Park, and it was absolutely insane. If you haven't watched it, watch it after this one. I'm ready to go.
Let's hit the road.
All right, we are about an hour from the border, and we just stopped to get a little snack on, to pump some gas. We are told that once we get into Canada that the gas prices are California-like, which means like $6 to $8 a gallon. It's not gonna stop us from our travels, but it does hurt.
Just been listening to an audiobook, and I'm excited to get into Canada.
The audiobook's really boring. I have my headphones in and I'm listening to Hamilton, which is arguably much better than the Alaska Bear book, which is not what it's called.
All right, right now we are at the U.S.-Canadian border. We are about to cross in about 100 yards. This is exciting. I don't really know what to expect. I'm sure it's gonna go real smooth.
We're in line. I see a Canadian flag. We are on Canadian soil. I'm so excited. I've never crossed a border in a car before. It's very exciting. We have the 3 things we need: vaccine card, passport, and the QR code that they gave us from the app situation. So I think that's all we need, and we're ready to go to Canada. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
There, I'm good. Can you turn the van off?
Yep.
Where do you both live?
Connecticut.
Is it just a tube in there?
Yes.
Yes.
Need both of your passports? What's the purpose of your trip to Canada?
We're doing a house sit, and we're on our way to Alaska.
What do you mean you're doing a house sit?
We do house sitting for other people up in Calgary,
Okay.
so we're gonna be at their place for a bit.
And how do you know these people?
We use this app called Trusted Housesitter,
Yeah?
and we signed up through there to watch them while they're on vacation.
Oh. And then do they pay you?
No. It's just like an exchange of...
Oh, room and board?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just park over to the right, come on inside the office.
Like right over here?
Yeah.
I see. Thank you. All right.
That was somewhat easy.
Well, we're not done yet. I think they're gonna interrogate us.
They put us in a small little room to wait. They said they're gonna run some checks. We're not sure what kind of checks those are. Getting a little nervous because no one's really held my passport for this long before. I wonder if they're running background checks, if they're just stamping our passports. I don't know what's happening, but we've been waiting at least for 15 minutes now. So they did stamp our passports, and we made a mistake telling them that we're gonna do a house sit. When we said house sit, they were running a lot of checks, and they probably had a conversation out back and was like, is this a job or is it not? But since we're not getting paid at all, he let us through. But we told him that we're just touring on our way to Alaska, so he gave us 3 weeks in Canada.
I guess it could have gone either one of 2 ways. We could have either gotten in or not gotten in, but now we know for next time, and lesson learned.
All right, now we gotta figure out how to get water and shower and how much a kilometer is.
All right, so thankfully on the dash of the Pro Masters, they have kilometers listed. So instead of looking at the big numbers, I have to look at the little numbers. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That's the coolest thing you've ever seen?
Yeah, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. That was a legitimate cowboy.
All right, really quickly, we're parked up in Cardston. I am starving. We haven't even had breakfast and it's 1 o'clock. The LTE and 5G isn't showing up.
We have AT&T, and the coverage should work over here. You just have to go into your phone settings and turn on roaming data.
Perfect, because I don't know what we would do without service. We'd basically be useless.
All right, so I just went into the tourist center and I got a couple pamphlets. One's on camping. It's out of date, but it's a resource nonetheless. And another thing to do in Cardston County, in case we end up spending a little bit more time here, but I think we're gonna go check out Waterton National Park. Either stay in that area or we're gonna head up to Calgary.
This says Day trip Waterton. Resource nonetheless. We got bacon, we got gluten-free pasta, we got basil, tomato, salt and pepper. While we were eating lunch in a parking lot in Canada, we thought to ourselves, yeah, van life's pretty weird. But we couldn't wait to start exploring Canada, so we drove up to Waterton National Park, which is just connected on the other side of the Canadian border to Glacier National Park, where we just came from. So we're purchasing a National Parks Pass for Canada, and we plan to do 3 to 4 national parks on our way to Alaska. With the way we're going, we might as well stop at every national park that we see.
I say thank you, merci.
Merci.
And here you are.
Awesome, thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Thanks, have a good day.
Cheers.
Did you get nervous?
Yeah. Je m'appelle Matt.
Matthew? Woo! Windy! Wow. First reaction of Canada? Pretty sweet. It's beautiful. First order of business, our first Canadian hike.
This is our first hike in Canada. Really excited about it.
First Canadian hike, let's go! They want you to clean your shoes so that you don't ruin any of the special stuff.
All right, we're at Bear Hump Trail, which is just a real quick 1.5 miles out and back. Pretty steep, but it should have beautiful views of the lake and the mountains. This is a straight uphill.
Yeah, it is. Rain, wind, sun, weirdly. Definitely a workout. That was a really hard hike. Short, but hard all the way up, but it was so worth it. This view is absolutely insane. What a way to start off Canada. I'm gonna get blown over. And on the way down, we decided to take our time so that Matt can take all of this video of the bighorn sheep. All right, that was actually a beautiful hike. I'm glad we did it, and I'm glad to move. I was complaining a little bit about this being a travel day, but the fact that we have been sitting in the car for 3 hours and then we just went on a hike, it's pretty nice.
Pretty great.
So 1.7 miles, double it. That's how much we're adding to our $1 million goal. Our next task in Canada is figuring out where and how we can stay overnight for free. We found a spot on iOverlander, and on our way there we saw something beautiful.
As I was driving, I saw a sign for a waterfall, and obviously Megan being the one who goes and chases waterfalls, I knew I had to stop for her, really make her day. I dragged her through that hike. She wasn't stoked about it. This is gonna make up for it, right, babe?
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Something.
Wow, look at these fat squirrels. They're fat
Wow,
squirrels.
they're chubby.
They be eating good at national parks. This has got to be one of the most beautiful campsites we've ever been to. Right on the water, no bugs, surprisingly. You can smell all the fresh spring flowers coming through. It just smells super fresh. Canada's beautiful. There's no one around. I've seen like 2 other people here fishing, and they're just doing their own thing, so they don't care what we're up to. I just saw some foxes, and they were fighting, and the foxes also looked like they were maybe trying to get some rodent for dinner. Not really sure, but it was really cool to see. So far, Canada's been really awesome. We had a really good time at Waterton National Park. And now we're going to be heading north up to Calgary to do a house sit and spend some time in the city, seeing what's up there. We only have a visa for 3 weeks on this leg of our trip, but what comes up must come down. So we might have more time in BC when we come down from Alaska. So very excited about that. Matt is reeling about all of the wildlife photography he has gotten. And this bazooka lens, kind of a good purchase. The longer we stay at this spot, the less likely that I am that I'm going to want to leave. It's so beautiful. There's no one around for miles. There's water. It's so peaceful to listen to all night. There's some deer, there's foxes, there's birds. It's like a little animal sanctuary in the middle of Canada. I cannot wait to keep exploring, but for now, Just gonna take the moment in and just enjoy this morning with this cup of coffee, looking out at the stream. Ah, look who's finally awake.
I slept like a baby.
How nice is having that water?
So peaceful and relaxing. It's like a freaking spa.
This is actual spa sounds.
Spa sounds.
Spa sounds.
Spa sounds. Spa sounds.
You want your coffee?
Thank you. Happy Canada. I love it here.
Plan for the day is we're gonna go find a Tim Hortons. From what we hear, it's a Canadian staple, and we want to see what it's all about to get the full Canadian experience.
We're at Tim Hortons. I don't think we can christen our time in Canada without stopping at a Tim Hortons. It's the quintessential fast food coffee spot. We're gonna eat there because I'm hungry. Their doors are hockey sticks.
All right, first up's coffee. I got the iced cap. It's the #1 thing on their menu. Oh my god, it's so sugary. So good.
Paper straw. Yeah. I got the hazelnut roasted cold brew. And there's cream in it. Not too sweet. Very creamy. Tastes like McDonald's coffee. Definitely a hash brown. All right, on to the breakfast sandwich. We have egg, sausage, bacon, cheese on a biscuit. Definitely fresher than a lot of fast food breakfast places I've had in the US. I would prefer this over McDonald's. I would also prefer this better than Dunkin' Donuts because Dunkin' Donuts sometimes I feel like it's not as fresh, but this tastes pretty fresh.
I never get a biscuit for breakfast. Usually I go like a bagel or an English muffin, but this is nice.
All right, so far, coffee, the hash brown, the breakfast sandwich, but now we're trying the donuts. Do you think the Boston cream in Canada is just as good as a Boston cream in Boston? All right, let's try it. I will say the breading is a lot fresher than that of Dunkin' Donuts, but I think Dunkin' Donuts has better custard.
Of all the donuts I've ever had in my entire life, Boston cream from Dunkin' Donuts is my favorite. I'm gonna give this a shot. Boston cream donuts are a sweet custard-filled donut with a chocolate glaze on top. That's really good.
This is the Canadian maple donut. The Canadian maple is basically the same thing with a Canadian maple glaze. I prefer this one to that.
Figure when in Canada you gotta try all the maple stuff, right? I think I like that one better. All right, this is our first time at the gas station. Everything here is sold in liters, and at this gas station, it's $1.91 a liter. 52.11 liters at $1.91 a liter. The price per gallon US is $5.68 a gallon.
Canada is expensive. It is what it is, guys. We're here to travel. We're not here to just park up at a Tim Hortons all day. You know? You know?
All right, I'd say it's been about an hour since we had all that sugar, and we're both crashing hard.
Yep. We're going to be staying in Calgary, and we're going to try all of the Canadian food that we can try. If you guys have suggestions, please put them in the comments below, and we will try them. And while we're there, we're going to be doing all of the planning for the next few months, and it's going to be an epic few months. So if you're not following us already, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, of course, and we'll see you in the next one. We're on a 1,000,000-mile travel journey, and this is how many miles we added with this road trip. Thank you for watching our video, and make sure you're subscribed to watch us travel 1,000,000 miles.